What's up guys, it's Craggy here, and today I'm launching a new series. I was thinking about making an episodic series on how to be a better top laner, and since we're in pre-season, I think this is the best time to develop your skill and get ready for the new season. This series is aimed for anyone below Diamond 1, since I believe most Diamond 1 players usually have the knowledge, but they just need to improve on other areas such as mechanics. And for the first episode, I'm going to be teaching you how to TP. Before we get to it, if you think this series is a good idea, leave a like on this video. I want to make these videos, but I don't know if you guys want to watch it, and if no one wants to watch it, then there's no point making a series. So let's try to get to 30 likes this video and I'll continue on with the series. So there's 3 types of TPing. There's TPing to lane, TPing to join a skirmish or a team fight, and TPing to split push. I'm going to cover each section as well as providing examples, good and bad, and telling you when to do it. The third TP method, TPing to side lanes to split push, I already used, so I might not cover too much of it, but that's the least used method of me TPing. TPing to lane is the most common use for TP. You would TP to lane to avoid losing XP and CS and to have an item advantage over your opponent. The best way to utilize TPing to lane is to learn basic wave management for top lane. Wave management is a separate video I'll probably make in the future because it's pretty broad, but I'm just going to cover the basics. So I'm going to give you a scenario here and then explain the answer. So I'm in base right now. This is how the wave looks like. The kill is still in lane and I've got a TP up. Would you A, TP to lane, or B, walk up to it? The answer would be A, to TP to lane. If we don't TP, we're going to miss the minions there right now, and another wave is coming up, which means it could freeze near the tower, or Kel could choose to slow push it towards us, which means we'll miss minions as well. So TPing here is the best option to not miss minions and CS. And it would also force Kel to TP back into lane so she doesn't miss minions or XP. So there's no advantage going on here for both of us. Here's another example of when you should TP. This is more of an basic example. You should know to TP under your tower if there's a huge wave coming. However, in this situation I should save my TP because the wave is slowly pushing towards me, so TPing wouldn't really do much because I wouldn't miss anything in the first place. I know it's going to slow push towards me because there's a huge amount of caster minions on his side and his wave is going to come in quicker than mine. TPing to join teamfights or skirmishes is in my opinion the most game changing type of TP. You can actually change the whole game around if you manage to do a good TP. However, if done wrong, you can screw up your whole laning phase and actually lose the game from it. So you need to know key indicators before you can go in and TP to a teamfight or skirmish. The first indicator I'm going to explain is pretty basic. I like to call it the reactionary TP. It's when you see the enemy laner TPing and you follow up with him. However, don't always do this blindly, you need to know when it's good and when it's bad. In this example here, I'm laning against a Vladimir. The wave is heavily pushed in and I have lane prior. The Infernal Drake is up and that's pretty important for our team, so we're anticipating a big team fight. However, I don't want to give up my lane prior, but if Vladimir chooses to TP and help his team out, there's enough wards for me to TP to. I've got lane prior so he misses CS, and at this point I'm stronger than him. So I notice if Vladimir is TPing and I've got a 2-second window to assess whether I should TP and follow up with him. The health bars on my team and the other team are somewhat even. There's 2 good wards that I can TP to and everyone is in the team fight right now. So right now the team fight is even, but I could make it into a winning team fight if I TP in. I could have flanked them and potentially got kills, but I chose to take the TP right next to Cassiopeia because Gragas was potentially trying to pick her off and I completely negated that. I'm also the front line for my team, so if I TP from behind, I could pick off Zyra, but then there's no front line and they might get destroyed without me there since Gragas gets a free entry. After that the team fight does get a bit messy since people want to back out, but I want to all in. So I all in and I completely zone out everyone else whilst Dave concentrate on Gragas, and I managed to get a Vladimir as well as escape, and we managed to escape. It was a messy team fight, but we did manage to edge out the victory since we got the Drake, so we won the team fight. The next indicator isn't as straightforward because you have to use your knowledge, your intuition to actually make the TP play. I use the TP here to turn the tables. I can see both sides of the team is heavily invested in the fight and me coming in would actually change it around. Plus there's nothing going on in lane, Yasuo just flashed out the way and I can't do much in lane. And by heavily invested I mean people use the key abilities to jump in and there's no way of them jumping back out, so it's a good time to come in. Here's another example here from a challenger streamer that one tricks Nocturne. He's an interesting streamer, you can check him out, I'll put a link in the description. But he finds a good flank behind the enemy and they can't escape from him, so he chooses to TP. The streamer here actually got high elo from doing this type of plays. He's very heavily invested in helping his team out and it shows with the Moby Boot Rush and playing Nocturne. So if you want to learn more about helping out your team in terms of TP and roaming, check him out. Here's an example of a bad TP. I see that Ryze gets ambushed and I can potentially turn this around. However, I didn't take in consideration that he got bursted instantly, and so I'm TPing into a losing match. Fortunately, I did get lucky and my team was there to back me up. But that was a bad TP because I didn't take in consideration that he's gonna die. I just thought he would survive long enough for me to turn it around. This is an example of a rushed TP which I shouldn't have done, and it was bad decision making from me. So the third type of TP into split push, is something I rarely ever do. I actually only have one clip showcasing this type of TP. I use this type of TP to TP into their base from the side lane and actually run into their base and backdoor. It's something you can do if everyone's busy with a big objective like Elder Dragon or Baron and there's a open inhib top or bot you can take down, or even a Nexus like in this example here. Generally this TP is frowned upon because TP into a side lane would mean you can't TP into a team fight, and so pressure is alleviated because they know and they can force team fights. It's only good if you can get something big and free from it, such as an inhib tower, inhib, or even a Nexus. But yeah, third type of TP rarely ever used, just focus on the first two. So that's the end of my first episode of my ultimate top lane guide. I covered how to TP properly and when to do it. However, this video is pretty short, so I didn't cover 100% everything. If you think I missed something really important or you want to add more information, please leave it in the comments below so you can help out our fellow top laners. This channel is about getting more knowledge and getting better at League, so every tidbit of knowledge is much appreciated. So that's the end of the video. I hope you learned a thing or two. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more knowledgeable content, and I'll see you in the next one.